I'm a fanboy, or at least I am by the traditional sense, which is the sort of general consensus you'll find on the internet. I mean, it's quite obvious. Look around you. All my knickknacks and my gaming tat, as it were. But what I want to talk about today is what it means to be a fanboy and why it carries sort of negative baggage along with it, and whether fanboy is actually a term that should be used, should be embraced, or if it's just something entirely more reductive. I'm going to wrap this up in a No Man's Sky flavoured wrapping because it's quite pertinent and it's very much a topic at hand. As you'll all know, there's been a lot of unusual behaviour from the No Man's Sky Reddit, Twitter I should say, although there has been unusual action on the Reddit, the subreddit in fact, and the whole thing surrounding No Man's Sky is really curious to me because, I mean, I am a fan of No Man's Sky, and it's strange because the reasons that I like No Man's Sky are probably less to do with the game and more to do with the qualities it presents to me, which resonate with me on a more personal level and a more historic level, as it were. And I want to talk to you a little bit about why I like this game despite its many flaws. And don't get me wrong, I completely understand that there's a lot of reasons to dislike the game. However, I just want to discuss why people get defensive about things that they like and why it's not necessarily irrational behaviour. I will admit that obviously there are a lot of people who do behave irrationally, and that's a bad thing. But can you be a fanboy and also be a rational person? I think you can, and I want to explain to you why I think you can. And that's coming from a guy that you don't know, never heard of, and will probably find annoying. My name's John, or Recordatron. Let's get into this.
So first, let's talk Alien. This franchise, this film, has had such a profound effect on my life ever since watching it as a child and remembering the traumatic memories of a horrible chestburster. And yeah, but it just had an impact on me, and it's affected the way I view other media. This, more than anything else, informs kind of the way I go into consuming other media. I mean, you can see from these visuals why something like No Man's Sky would chime with me. Again, this is all just an example. It doesn't mean that I only like No Man's Sky and that's it, but it just kind of gives you an idea of why, I can, or people in general tend to overlook maybe flaws in a game because something else that they've experienced in their life has given them such a deep kind of emotional connection, if you get what I mean. And it just happens that way, and it's a real strange thing, really. But I just think you should be happy if you have something in your life that allows you to connect with things on such a deep level. Next, let's talk music. Now, most people have something in their life which has a real impact on the way they perceive other media. For example, I really like music, and one of my favourite bands is a band called 65 Days of Static, and just so happens they did the soundtrack to No Man's Sky. Now, this is another thing that, helps you or can assist you in connecting with something where others might not. And, you know, it's not necessarily to say that it fixes everything that's wrong with something, but this is another aspect of your life that can inform the way you perceive another product, because you associate it with something great and something that's had an impact on you. And this is why I feel people connect in their own very personal way with things that might not necessarily on the surface be the best thing out there.
So, yes, my clothes have changed. It's definitely not a different day that I'm shooting this on. It's just that I like to switch midway through, you know, spice things up. But it actually plays quite well into my hands because we have another sci-fi throwback. The Almighty Doom. Another excellent product from my childhood, which chimes in a similar arena as Alien and No Man's Sky. And this just is another example of things that go into my personal sort of pop culture makeup, which can make me click with something like No Man's Sky in ways that maybe another person wouldn't. And even if they have the same sort of background as me, they might still not like something. But my personal like pop culture background mixed with my personality has made this thing appealing to me, and it's okay, you know. And that's why I feel like you have this reaction to some, you know, something negative being said about something that you've identified with, because it's more than just whether you like a game or whether you feel it's, you know, you've bought a product. It's more than buyer's remorse. It's or by trying to justify your purchase. It's because you have an investment in this personally, because it's chimed with your background and your makeup, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There's something wrong with completely disregarding someone else's opinion or being toxic or hateful, but to react in a way that's justified because of who you are, because you know, to absolutely throw scorn at something and invite others to do the same carries with it this implied meaning that people who have identified with a product are stupid for doing so, or, you know, have poor taste. I'm not saying that's definitive, but that's, you know, that's kind of how it comes across sometimes. So for someone to have a reaction where they feel they want to defend something that they've clicked with and found enjoyment from, I don't think that's weird. I think that's perfectly human. What's not acceptable is to take it and behave in a way that's hurtful to others and causes discomfort. Because remember, what's been your personal makeup and what's made something acceptable to you will be maybe the flip side for somebody else. But what I'm trying to get at is, Fanboy is, I think it comes with unwarranted negativity. You can be a fanboy all you like, because what that essentially means is you found something that makes you happy and that clicks with your background, and that's fine, you know. All you need to do is respect others, respect other people's opinions, and it's not a problem. But I think it's further reaching than just, you know, mechanics and whether a game is good, you know, in traditional gameplay or narrative sense. If there's something in there that you clicked with, then regardless of the mechanics, then it's okay to like it. And I think some people kind of miss this, and if something's not mechanically functional, then it's not right. And I don't think that's the case. But anyway, that's just my take, and I'm probably, you know, not the most informed guru on this topic. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I know it's been a rambler, but I am a rambler, not the walking kind. Obviously, because I'm a video gamer and we sit in our rooms. But anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Like, subscribe, or dislike. If you don't like it, it's cool. Have a great guy. Have a great night. Bye.